Hello, welcome to Charity Tuesday. Hey, got a little music going over here. Mm, y'all not ready. Y'all not about that life. I know it's okay, but hey, welcome to Charity Tuesdays. It is your girl V. I know I'm by myself today. Are you shocked? Like usually I'm always having somebody with me, right? But I'm by myself today. And I just want to have a conversation. Hey babe, how you doing? How you doing? To all of my followers out there across social media world. But thank you for joining me tonight. I kind of want to, I don't know if you can hear this music playing in the background, but I was trying to make it, yeah, it's probably not doing what it's supposed to do. So anyway, we're gonna leave that alone. But I wanted to have a conversation because we're only what's today? The 20th, right? And literally in 11 days, is it 11 days? I may be wrong. Hold on, I'm about to look. Yeah, that's right. It literally in 11, literally in 11 days, 2022 will be over. I mean, it went by fast. I don't know about anybody else, but it went by fast. I mean, it just seemed like I just said Happy New Year not too long ago, and I just said um, Happy St. Patrick's Day, and then Centennial, and then Thanksgiving, and then here we go, boom, it's the end of the year. Like, dang, I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready, but time doesn't wait for anybody, nobody. So if you're not ready, it's kind of like, oh well, you know, oh well, here it is. So, in the midst of this 2022, there's been a lot that's been going on. For one, I want to start off with just the journey of myself, just my own journey, because I can only talk about myself. I can't I can't talk about everybody else because I don't know what journey you've been on, but you've probably been on some journey or some quest, or maybe you feeling like you really didn't do what you needed to do this year, or maybe you felt like there were some setbacks. I don't know. You have to tell me what you felt because I can't speak for you. But I will say, in the midst of this year moving on, there were a lot of things that I started off with that I didn't know was going to evolve the way that it did. So I want to talk about share the tea. So yeah, so just to give you the short version, because some of my followers out there like we didn't heard this story a couple times. Now don't tell it all the way from the beginning again. So I'm gonna give you the short version. So the vision was given to me by God that all the information and things that I've learned on my cancer journey, I needed to share with other people. Why not share it with the people so they know what's going on and to give them some motivation and empowerment, throughout their lives. So here we are. And, I just started off with cooking some things and sharing a few things and some of my advocacy that I do with Okra and some other organizations. And it's kind of just it just kind of said, you keep going, keep going. That's where I was going. Just keep going, keep going. Um, and so here we are now. And I follow a lot of people. Like if you follow me on, especially on Instagram, you're probably like, girl, you follow more people than who's following you. I know that's not the point. But the point is that I have been inspired by so many people. And one person in particular kept telling me, or kept telling the audience, that whatever that you have a love for, whatever you have a thrive for, you can turn that into a business. And so when he was saying all this, I was looking just like this on my phone, like, well, that may be for them, but I can't turn this into no business. I'm gonna turn this into a business. That was me. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be honest. Let's be honest, okay? And so I was like, I can't turn this into no business. I said, who wants to know about information? I said, I'm just sharing the tea. Already, when you think tea, people are thinking, oh, so what kind of tea do you have? Oh, okay. But you know what I've learned in the midst of that, I've started to say, and I've been saying, like, I have tea of knowledge. You like that, don't you? I know. Don't be trying to take my stuff. It's protected. Anyways, but the T of knowledge, just to be able to have the knowledge. If we are not learning as we're going through this life journey, then what are we doing? Are we just existing? Like we have to learn something. So, anyways, moving forward within 2022, I did the Share the Tea Tuesdays launched in November uh, 15th of 2021. And, I just got on here doing a couple things and shoot, it took off. And I started networking and talking to other people. And I'm like, oh, okay, let me go ahead and make this a production. Just joking. But, anyways, I want to say that whatever that your dream may be, whatever that your heart desire, or even if you're not for sure what your heart is desiring, but you want something different, I want you to take a minute to just think about it for a second and just do like some meditation to clear your whole entire thought process. Because when you sit down and you just kind of wind yourself down and think for a minute, there are things that come to you that help you to understand where you need to go and what you need to do. And so I say that because a year ago, I didn't have the same mindset that I have now. But who knew that I was going to get to this magnitude? So I'm speaking to whomever. If you're feeling like, and I know this is the holiday season, and some people are all joyous and cooking and family coming in. But on the other note, there are some people that are just kind of like, there are some people that are just going through the motions. And unfortunately, there are some people that are not really even going through the motions. They're just existing. So I say all that to encourage you to, when you want to do something and you're not for sure what direction you should go, you're not for sure of how it's going to happen, but I ask for you to start. I encourage you to start. Some people like to start January 1st, because we believe that's the beginning of the year and all this other stuff. But or they feel like, hey, that's the new fresh. Some people want to start in the spring. Some people want to start on their birthday. I don't care when you start, but start. And so I say that because I have a series of people that are very supportive to me. And in the midst of me just doing things and acting up on Facebook, cooking stuff, and someone encouraged me and said, "Girl, you need to do blogging. You need to be an influencer. You need to do this, right?" And so at first I was like, no, thank you, but that's not my forte. But then look at me now. Right. So trust me, it will come to you. And as you're going through this journey, you're going to meet people that are going to help you along the way. And you don't even know them. And I don't, a lot of these people that have encouraged me, especially from a distance, I do not know personally. Okay. But there are some personally that I know that know me, that have known me for a while, that have encouraged me in just in everything that I do. And I know that if I call them, if I say, hey, I have a question about something, they're very supportive. So throughout this whole year, I'm just blown away. I mean, for one, it's 2022. And, for the last 7 segments of Share the Tea Tuesdays, I've been talking about, Sigma Gamma Rho, right? And so just the whole essence of that, and been traveling. I mean, I've been going from one place to the next. And I mean, I love to travel. I really do. But this year I did quite a bit. I really did. And so I told myself for 2023, look, I almost forgot the year. For 2023, I said, okay, I'm gonna spread this out a little bit. And I keep reminding myself, you can't do everything. You can't do everything. You can't follow, you can't want to, oh, I want to go to there. I want to go. No, 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 no. So my goal is to kind of scale it down a little bit and only focus on the main things that I really want to do, and to explore at least one or two new things. That's my goal. One or two new things. So, but throughout this whole segment here, um, with Share the Tea, Share the Tea has been trademarked. I know, right? Like my logo has been trademarked. If you've been following um me on social media, I had Apollo on here, which is a very insightful young man. He lives here in Oklahoma City and he owns OKC Black Eats. And he said, well, I want to tell you something. I don't know if anybody else ever told you this, but when you have a business, and he said, you may not think that it's a business, but it is. It's going to become a business. And I said, oh, okay. He said, but you need to go and get your stuff trademarked. I said, trademark? Yes. And so he told me, he said, look, you have no idea that you're what's the word? It just left me. The creativity that you have manifested with your idea, your design, and however that you want your business to be, that it can be easily taken away from you if you don't have it protected. And so I said, okay. And within a week of me talking to him, I went and I got it trademarked. And so that was a really big deal to me because I was like, oh my gosh, look at you, Vernelia. Go on, girl. Right? I was excited. Don't do me like that. But I'm just telling you. Anyways, so yes, so I got my logo trademark. And I appreciate my Sora designing that. There's royalty designs. I mean, I like listen, I tell you, I have so many people that are very supportive. So I'll be shouting out everybody all day if I went through the whole list. But anyway, so I got that trademarked and I was like, okay, all right, well, I'm official now. Let's keep on moving. And then you start talking to other people, and other podcasters, and they're talking about, oh, things that you can do to make your podcast even better. And so I'm like, okay, well, what could possibly else get better? Because I'm doing pretty good. I'm coming on every week. I'm trying to market. I'm doing a lot of advertising. Getting some speakers to come on, talking to people. I mean, I'm like, okay, I'm doing it already, I thought. But then it came to me, you can do better. You can do better than what you're doing. Yes, this is good right now, but you can do even better. So I reached out to this influencer named Monty. He talks about growing on Instagram and Reels and all this stuff. And he said, hey, if you have a question about something, you just send me a message and we could talk. So I said, you know what? Let me send him a message. Okay. And he told me, he said, for one, I love your ideas. For two, this can go way bigger than what you're thinking that you're doing right now. You have to think on it on a scale of how can I make this bigger to where I'm helping and building the community. And I said, say what now? Yeah, I'm not lying. I was like, wait, okay, okay. And so you never think about how your little bitty idea, oh, I'm just going to cook some recipes, I'm just going to share some information, can turn into this. And it can continue to get bigger and bigger. Anyways, so that right there got my wheels turning. And that was in the middle of the year. And I said, you know what? I think I may be on to something, but I just got to figure out which direction am I going. So here we are moving forward. And I said, well, you know what? I love some cute tees. Everybody likes some cute t-shirts and some cute bags and tumblers and all this other different stuff. But why not make Share the Tea a brand? Make it to where people are looking at tea differently. Because when you hear tea, girl, I got the tea to tell you, you talking about gossip. And if you've been following me, I'm not talking about any gossip. There's plenty of other channels to go to for the gossip. So you ain't gonna be over here with the gossip. But the point is that there's so many things that you can do. Oh, hey Apollo. Okay, sorry. I was just talking about you not too long ago. But anyways, um, now I lost my train of thought. See, I get so excited. Um, but turn it into a brand. And so I created a variety of things and I want to share them with you because it's still a little bit overwhelming for me because I'm just like, oh my gosh. But you probably see me rock my shirt with my logo on it that says Share the Tea, right? Good old Share the Tea, right? And so every time that I come on my podcast, I'm always saying be intentional, be insightful, and definitely be impactful. So that's pretty much, I guess you can call it my signature line, right? And so with that, yeah, guess what happened? Boom, here you go. Yes, I done made it. I know, right? So I done created a whole brand. Okay. And I like this shirt. I do. I don't know if can y'all see that? Yeah, okay, y'all can see that. And I like this shirt because it reminds me of what I'm doing, where I'm going, and always don't forget of what you're trying to do. So, with Share the Tea, what am I trying to do? Well, I'm trying to get information out to the people, whether it's about taking care of yourself, whether it's about health initiatives, whether it's, ah, thank you. Thank you, Apollo. See, that's what I'm talking about. People just come on here and they encourage me. Thank you. Yes, I will do so. But just making sure that you're doing things intentional. Because sometimes you just come up with something and then you just be like, okay, well, that was a nice run. Okay, I'm done. But no, no, because this is my life. And I always, anything that I do, I always make sure that I am 100% genuine with it. And so with Share the Tea, it's my baby. It's me. Um, my other part that I want to tell you is I received my LLC. And when the man's called, he didn't call my name. He didn't say Vernelia. He said Share the Tea. And I was sitting there. I was on my phone. And when he said Share the Tea, and I was like, oh, oh, that's me. I am not lying. Because when I said that, he laughed, the security guy laughed, and I was like, oh, I said, I'm so sorry. But it just threw me off. But being able to get that LLC was like, whoa, like, okay, Vernelia, you're doing this. Like I said, you can do it bigger, you can do it better. And so let's go ahead and step on out. Because one thing that stops us is fear. And I can speak to fear all the time because I'll say, oh, I'm going to do something. And then here comes little Mr. Doubt, saying what he needs to say. And then I didn't change my mind. Right? Because that's fear. That's fear coming in, talking, taking over. And then next thing you know, 2 months and pass and you didn't even do what you said you were going to do. So I'm encouraging you to make sure that whatever that you want to do, go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it. Don't be afraid. Reach out and talk to somebody. I mean, I don't call myself a social butterfly, but some people say I am. But I love to talk to people and to network with people to get information about what's going on and what I should do and how I should do this and how I should do that. And so moving a little bit further down the line, there's this business called Business Besties Brunch. I know that's a lot of B's. Business Besties Brunch. Nicole is phenomenal, right? So one of my good friends, Deshari, she shot me out to this organization. And I said, oh, okay. Well, let me see what they're talking about, right? I mean, because I'm still thinking about this is back when I'm still thinking about doing this as a business and how I can make it work and all this other stuff. And when you go into the room, oh, listen, I'm not going to cry. But when you go into the room and there are other people that have business minded ideas just like you. Some of them are already running their business. Some of them can give you resources. Some of them can connect you with other people to help you along the way to get your business started, whatever that it may be, even if it's just a little idea and you're not for sure how to start it. So, with Resource Bestie, I connected with Resource Bestie there. Hey. And she said, honey, you need to figure out how to monetize this. You can make this work. And I said, oh, okay. Well, I'm here come Mr. What? Mr. Doubt. And I said, oh, I'm not for sure how I'm going to do that part, but okay. And she gave me some suggestions. And she said, you just need to sit down and think about it and then come up with a plan. And it's okay if that plan doesn't work. The point is that you tried it and then you can figure out what tweaks you need to make happen so that way it can still work for you. Okay. She right. She right. So, Share the Tea Tuesdays is evolving. Okay. Now, I do want to tell you one other thing. Now, you notice on Share the Tea Tuesdays, I'm always saying, let's talk. Let's talk, right? Because that's what we do. Sorry, my nose is itching. Let's talk. So, with talking, what all does that mean? Y'all ready for it? Yes. What all does talking mean? Well, when I'm on my podcast, what am I doing? We're teaching because someone is teaching you information or we're giving you information. Advocacy, we're advocating. We're always advocating. I'm always encouraging you to advocate for someone or for somebody or just for yourself, right? And then what's that L? Listening. Listening. Because of course you're listening to me right now. So shout out to you. Thank you for tuning in to Strategy Tuesdays. And for following me with all of my shenanigans and other things that I do. So listening. Okay. Also reminding you to listen to your body. Because this is where it all started. Listening to my body, understanding that something was going on, right? So listening, and then okay, of course, the K is knowledge. About time we get through with the talk, you're gonna learn some knowledge. You're gonna gain something from this. Okay. So yeah, so let's talk. So that's another shirt with Share the Tea LLC. But I wanted to make sure that I share this information with you guys because as things continue to evolve, you're going to notice some changes with Share the Tea Tuesdays. You're going to possibly notice some different ads that are going to roll out and some other different opportunities that are going to roll out. And so I just encourage you to just to be supportive. Not just be supportive of me and just listening to what I'm doing, but also just be supportive of yourself. We only have one life. That's all we get is one. And so whatever that life is going to be like, make it the best. Someone told me that, we have a birthday, a birthday and a birth year, right? And then you have the year that you pass away. But in between that, you have this little dash, right? So what are you doing in between that dash? Hey, there's a lot of things that you can do in between that dash. Because we're all born to live and we're all born to die. But in between that dash, you should live the best life that you can, regardless of how that looks like. Live the best life that you can because you only have one. So if you do something that you enjoy doing, something that empowers you, I encourage you to do that. Now, before I go any further, for the last so many days, I did 60 days of mindfulness. If you're following me on social media. So for 60 days of mindfulness, we're on what's the day? The 20th. Yeah, so we're on day 50. Woo! Oh my gosh. Let me hold on, let me slow down. Let me tell you something. I almost decided to stop after day 30 because I was doing the cards. So I've been doing, the mindfulness cards, and, and then I read off which one. And then some of these are blank. And so you have to make up your own. And so that's where I've been making them up. Um, but in between there, you get tired and you're like, oh, darn, I got to hurry up and do this card. Oh, I got to do the day for the word for the day. But I reminded myself, you're not going to quit. You're not going to miss a day, even if you are posting the video at 11 o'clock at night and they only got an hour left in that day. It don't matter. Post it anyway, because somebody is going to use this information to help them. Okay. All right. So I want to share this with you. And this is like a little poem. It doesn't tell me who is by, but it says happiness is a mood. Y'all knew that though. Okay. So happiness is a mood. Excuse me. There is no car, house, or item that you could possess, no job, life, or person that holds the key to happiness. For happiness is a mood, not a destination, and it should be viewed as a passing sensation. It's simply a feeling. Like being tired or hungry is not a permanent condition, it's just temporary. So stop thinking about someday and all you need to be happy. You'll lose your way if you forget to just be. Mm. That right there speaks a lot of volumes. It does. Because some people say, oh, if I just had $1 million, I would be so happy. No, you wouldn't. You want to know why? Because after you done paid off all your bills and whatever you want to pay off, you're gonna be upset because people are gonna constantly hound you. Can I borrow some money? Can I get this? Can I get that? Can I get that? And then if you are one of those giving people, you're gonna give, 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 and you don't have nothing left. So happiness, money doesn't buy happiness. We feel like it does. Excuse me. We think that it does, but it doesn't. It doesn't buy happiness. You can have a huge, big old house. That's not gonna buy you happiness either. Because who's gonna clean that big old house? Who, you, it's only we'll say it's only 3 people. It's only 3 people in your house, and you have 12 rooms. Okay, I got all this space for what? So a house doesn't buy. You can have a real nice car. What them cars? I don't even know the name of them cars that y'all be saying that y'all want. I just want something nice with a sunroof. If it got a sunroof, I'm good. It could be a hoopty, but if it got a sunroof, I'm good. But we think about all these different possessions that we have, and we think that this is what makes us happy, and it doesn't. I want you to think about um, the celebrities or people that are rich or people that you feel are well off. And then you come to learn that they're having issues, or their relationship fell apart, or they lost their job, or they were in a money crunch, or whatever. They use substances, whatever that it may be. And then it makes you wonder, well, darn, they had everything. They had a nice husband, they had a nice wife, they had some beautiful kids, they had 4 or 5 cars. But dang, they're not happy. So happiness is a mood. That's all it is. It's not a destination. It's just a mood. So I want you to remember that it's just temporary. So stop thinking about someday, and all you need to be happy, because you'll lose your way. You'll forget where you're doing and where you're going. And time, like I said from the beginning, doesn't wait for anybody at all. Don't wait for anybody. So if you can just be, so what does just be look like? I don't know. That's going to be a good question for you to think about. Because for me, I got a fan a little bit. I'm a little hot. So for me, just be could be just being present, just enjoying the time that you have for right now. Because if I pass away today, I'm okay. Other people may not be okay, but I'm okay. because whatever I needed to let go and do for that for today, is done. So we have to remember that we are not here for a long term. I don't know what your faith is, or if you even have a faith, or what religion. I don't know. That to me, it doesn't even matter. It's the point that you have to figure out what you want to do as a person, and where you want to go as a human being. I truly believe that everybody has a purpose in their life. Everybody has a purpose in their life, but you have to figure out what that purpose is. My purpose is different than your purpose. So, what does that purpose look like? So, with these 11 days that we have left, and I know the holiday is coming up, I know that's coming, but some people don't feel like they're in a holiday jolly mood. And that's okay, because that is a feeling, that's a mood. But it doesn't mean that that's your destination. Doesn't mean that you're going to feel blah all the time. That's not what that means. So I want you to think about, what do you want? What do you want? It's a good question to ask yourself while I'm over here fanning. What do you want? Sorry, I get hot. What do you want in your life, and who and what can help you to get where you need to go? That's going to be the question. So I'm not going to be here much longer, because I know I've already taken up a lot of time. But if you ever have any questions, or if you would like to join on Charity Tuesdays podcast, you can send me an email, or just send me a DM on my social media at Charity with V. Or you can email me at suretitywithv@gmail.com and say, hey, I would like to be a special guest on your podcast. And then I will send you a calendar invite, and we can get you scheduled. So I will let you know, like I said, Surety LLC is already evolving. Big things are coming into store. Oh my gosh. And I'm excited for it. I have a couple things I want to tell you real quick. January is coming up. I mean, you know that part, right? And so there's a challenge in January that's called Veganuary. Now, if you're not one of those people that want to try anything, or just experimenting, I encourage you to give it a try. It's for 30 days, 31 days. It's not that bad. Trust me, you will survive. You will survive. But on every Monday in January, or every Monday in Veganuary, I'm going to have a Meatless Monday cooking demonstration. So we're going to cook different things. There's like 5 Mondays in January. So we're going to have some Asian flair, Mexican, I don't forgot the other ones, Mediterranean, and then there's some more. Anyway, so just look out for that announcement, and you can join me live. If you want to join me on Zoom, it'll be on a Zoom thing, so you can kind of, if you want to see each other, you can. But I won't show you on the live stream, for your privacy. But if you want to just join and just kind of cook some things, I'm going to have the meals ready, and I'm going to send you the menu. I mean, not the menu, the ingredients, so you can get your ingredients and things together. Now, we're not going to be all expensive and lavish. We ain't doing all that. Okay, so don't think that, oh, this is going to cost a lot. It really should not. This is what I'm going for. It really should not. So I'm encouraging you to join me in January for that challenge, and to learn to make some new foods. Okay, to try something a little bit different. You never know. You may like it. Your husband, your partner, your spouse, your girlfriend, whomever, grandma, grandpa, they may like it too. It won't hurt. I promise you, it won't hurt, and you'll enjoy it in the long run. All right. So I don't want to take up too much more. I don't know why I got this. Oh yeah, I was spinning. I don't want to take up too much more of your time, but I do appreciate you following me on Shredder Tuesdays, and definitely follow me on Shredder with V on social media. I'm on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. I think I named all of them. And of course, TikTok. I'm on all of them except for Snapchat, but I do appreciate you guys coming on here every Tuesday. Next week, I will have a special guest. I'm sorry, I got too excited. Excuse me. Next week, I have a special guest on Share the Tea Tuesdays, and I don't even want to tell you, but let me just say this: she is anointing. She really is. I met her this past July, and she's just been such a truly a blessing, literally. So she has a small business and all this other stuff. But I'm not going to take up a lot of time telling you that. But you just stay tuned. So that'll be on the 27th of December. The last po- the last podcast of 2022, or last series or episodes. I can't get my words together. The last episode of 2022 will be with her, and we will close it out for the year with such a blessed and anointing young lady. And I hope that you will join us. I really do. Now, whatever you do, whether you're going somewhere with family or whether you're just going to be at home watching Hallmark or Home Alone or whatever that you decide to do, I encourage you to be blessed in whatever that you do. And it's okay if you don't want to be around other people. But I hope that I will hear from you, or at least see you, next week on Share the Tea Tuesdays. I appreciate everybody following me and coming on to Share the Tea Tuesdays. Until we meet again, remember to think about what you want to change, because you can change it. You can change it. I hope that whatever that your heart desire, I hope that you're going to get it, and it's going to manifest into what you needed to do, for sure. All right, I'm going to stop preaching now. So until then, remember to be what? What's the three eyes? Oh, I heard you. Yep. Be intentional, be insightful, and definitely be what? Impactful. Thank you for following Share Tea. Bye.
Telling me to dance, taking a chance.